ToyTractorTimes.com is at the 2013 National Farm Toy Show in Dyersville, Iowa. We are here with Chris Steeb from Dexter, Michigan, who has won the National Display Contest with his cattle display. And congratulations on the first place trophy this year, Chris.
Thank you.
Would you mind giving us a tour of the display?
Sure. We can start on it. It's done in 3 sections. The first part would just be a simple chunk of pasture. Could be anywhere in the Southwest. Got a little working pen in it. The vet's getting set up. They're getting ready to round up spring calves to vaccinate them and ship them out. It's got an oil well on it. Some of the little details. There's a hawk on the fence line looking down for something.
They've got the cattle guard here as the truck rolls in.
Yeah, cattle guard to hold them in.
A couple different signs. What do the signs say?
There's a couple Cattlemen's Association signs on the property, and the other one is actually the emergency contact for the oil field.
And over here we've got the oil well.
Yeah, and it does work.
That is neat. It looks like got a cowboy maybe taking a little nap on the truck.
Yeah, I modeled that after Dan Meyer. He's passed out. This would be modeled after Chris Delva getting actually ready to do some work.
I really like the details of you've got where the trucks have gone through some mud, all the hoof prints from the cattle coming in.
Yeah.
Looks like you got some armadillos out here.
Yeah, it looks like maybe somebody bumped him over. He might be already dead. There is a dead armadillo wandering around here as well someplace. A lot of you have seen this one already, so maybe we should scoot on to the newest piece.
And always interested in seeing some Massey Ferguson machinery.
Got the offset disc on there. And
what model disc is that?
It's a 7030.
Okay.
It's all out of brass. I scratch built that. That's a tractor fab disc blades on it, and it's going a little crooked, so you can tell that's probably Adam driving it. He couldn't keep a straight line if he tried.
Well, nice big machine with an MF 1800. Now we come over here.
Come over here, and this is the sale barn. This is the last piece I just finished up. Just a common cattle, horse, everything auction type yard. The sales area is in the front, and the pins are in the back. There's a lot of extra guys here today because they got free barbecue. That's what the 2 smokers out front are. Out on the road, we got Christian Oyster built me the Landau, and if you look, the farmer must have been going a little fast, and he squished one of them armadillos.
Not a good day to be an armadillo.
Not at all.
They got a nice versatile 950.
Yeah. Trailers on here. There's a few of them I did, but most of them were done by Caleb Stone, Josh Beckham, and Christian Oyster. Did a nice job. Got one of the gorgeous new Toy Tractor Times Internationals on there as well. Picked that up this weekend. That's a sweet piece.
Thank you very much for having on the great display.
Another neat little display piece back here. I got a 65 Massey that I scratch built, but it's hooked up to. John did me a nice 110 spreader. Everybody on the Times knows him as Imato 44 out of Shipsawana. Another little neat detail that I wanted to add into this is I wanted a cell tower because my wife actually works for AT&T. She sent me a bunch of pictures from one she'd been working on and such, so I tried to detail it up the way it is. Got the phone peds. I even said it right this time. The only reason I know the name is not because of her, but Eric Peterson's hit a couple of them, I guess, while mowing county ditches.
That sounds like an expensive mistake. Now, I really just like to take a minute to look at the grass hillside here. Earlier, you'd done a demonstration showing how the static grass works.
It's a neat. It's not to us. It's a new product. I guess the railroad guys have been using it for quite a while, and it does a great job of giving you a 3D effect to your turf. One thing I didn't mention in the video is that you put down a coat of your regular, normal fine turf first, so that it gets some good coat and undergrowth, and then you go over the top of it. Because you can even go over top. I don't know if we can get close enough with the camera to see, but even like the rocky area where the phone truck hasn't been running up, you can make it so your weeds are just light and coming up through it. Got some poison ivy on the trees and on the fenced-in phone area. One neat part over back here is a little pump clean-out area in parts of all of the state of Oklahoma, at least it used to be anyways. It was law that you had to clean out your trucks before they left the yard. Vets here as well. That's based after one of the new trucks with the built-in MRI and X-ray unit. Let's pull the trophy off real quick and you can see some nice detail on the back.
And we also got a nice white tractor here built by Landini back in the early 90s.
Yeah, it was a piece I picked up this weekend to add to the collection. They're getting ready to store some hay bales in. They're going to have an hay auction at some time. Dan Meyer actually made those for me. I think they turned out real nice. They actually, and they can, when you play with them enough, I want to make a haystack out of them. You can actually squish them down the real way that they would after age and time. He followed the Jared Turner model that he posted in the article on how to build them, and then he just touched them up by adding some alfalfa leave-ins from the mixer.
And it looks like we have different breeds of cattle.
Yeah, they got a little bit of
building.
They got a little bit of everything in there. There's some Herefords and some Blackies and some Baldies and even a few Longhorns. You can see the horn sticking out over here. This one's also got a little tiny chunk of oil field on it. It's got a smaller pump, but it's also got a storage tank.
I like the razor wire around the chain link fence.
Yeah, I actually found that from another neat place that we all need to look at is the Model Toy Soldier guys. They work in, I think it's 172nd, but they've got some neat stuff out there that you can actually add some real neat detail without having to reinvent the wheel.
Even a dumpster in the back lot?
Yeah, I got a dumpster. Picked that up here at the show. Just like home, our sale barn is also our cattle equipment dealer, so there's gates for sale and head gates and squeeze chutes and
Was
feeders.
that a Ford forklift?
Yeah, they just got a old rusted out Ford forklift that they use to help load the panels and stuff on people's trucks. Someday they should probably replace it with something new, but not today.
Pretty impressive.
And that I actually didn't build, and if anybody knows who built it, they are more than welcome to PM me, and I'd like to thank them. I picked it up at an auction, and nobody's ever taken credit, but it is a very nice piece.
And we'd come back around to the front and get a little closer look at the barbecue going on with some motorcycles. And
Yeah. And this one's actually got the hog. This one opens up, and you can see the hog on the inside of it. Here's one of Jason's favorite service trucks. In ranch country, they call them farm trucks, but every so often in Kentucky area, they've been accused of being something else.
But they're actually used to feed cake.
Feeding cattle, yeah. They feed cake out of the back of it. They have big mineral chunks. The third piece is a little chunk of co-op feedlot. Got a couple different feeders going. Got a traditional coon mixer mounted on an old Ford, and then this is a new product that's coming out of Kansas. The company's been in business, I guess, about 10 years. Made to feed out big squares. It's also got a grain tank on it, so they can auger grain right on top of the what they're putting into the bunks. This one's built as a four-wheel drive with GPS because the company markets that. So in the old days when cattle used to get stuck in high country and such and get snowed in, they actually offer this truck with a V-plow for the front of it too, so you could plow back using your GPS to where they're at and get feed to them so they won't starve back there in the hard winter months. I've scratch built all the brass gating on it. The bunks are just standy that I custom painted up to look a little weathered and such. Another neat piece out here, Gordy Schultz did a beautiful job making me a vertical beater mixer to mount on a truck. A lot of the feedlots are switching with them from the traditional pull type manure spreader, so that way they don't have another truck running. Got the little cat instead of a skid steer, a little easier to maneuver in there. Working on getting the manure out. This is their older coon that's kind of dirtied up that they're probably getting ready to replace, hooked to a new 7499 Massey with a self-leveling loader on it.
Now, what do you do to kind of make it look like it has manure and kind of caked in there?
This manure was actually some of the easiest I'd ever done. So this was just regular garden dirt from being from Michigan. It's the same stuff that's in the loader bucket mixed with just a dab of brown paint and then the realistic water that you actually buy to put into your waterers and such, mixed together and just glopped on, and it gave it a nice glossy. I mean, you can thank God it doesn't smell, but you can almost think that it would smell as close as it looks. Another neat feature on these is the automatic waterers using the recycled tires. It's getting to become more and more commonplace everywhere. We've even got some neighbors in Michigan that have put those in. They seem to do a real good job, and in the wintertime in our area, they're real easy to bust the ice out of because you can just hit them with a sledgehammer and it breaks it up.
And then, of course, probably one of the nicest tractors on this display is the Massey Ferguson 7499.
Yeah, that one turned out real slick. Put the cab glass in it. It's actually 4 different tractors put together. Part of it's the SpecCast, the SpecCast 8600 series, a Erdl 8400. Tom Barriga actually makes the hood for it, and I ground it down a little bit, but he did a pretty close job of getting that right on. Greg Price made the kit for the loader, and I put that together, and she's actually real nice on the fact that it does come off and leaves the loader bracket so it's supposed to, because I made up a set of duals and the weight bracket for it, and I've actually, this weekend as well, I had it over in that little field piece doing some tillage with it.
Very impressive tractor. Well, thank you very much, and I think it was unique to kind of break up the display maybe from the traditional 4x8 to...
Yeah, and you show the progression. I think it's a fun way. I'd like to thank Jason Hazard because this whole nightmare started because of him with the original Where Corn Don't Grow display, and I think it turned out cool, and I hope he's proud of the nightmare he created.
It is an honor to see it, and it's always good to know someone that's won the National Farm Display Contest. And do you mind sharing the trophy with us to take a look at it? It's got the white field boss on it this year.
Yeah, it's got the nice white with the cat motor in it. And as always, I'm happy that I won it. If it wasn't a Massey, at least it was the AGCO product that was on the top of it.
Well, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing what you dream up next.
All right, thank you.